Every day, more and more people are waking up to one of the world's most attractive investment destinations. Tucked on the southern tip of Africa, there can be few emerging markets that reflect the optimism of a new united South Africa. A country that since 1994 has merged its diverse cultural strengths into a vibrant democracy that has been widely acclaimed as a political miracle. Clearly, this political miracle is starting to make a splash. It's not only the abundance of natural beauty that is wooing flocks of wide-eyed foreigners to South African shores, or the lure of the Big Five. South Africa's success has largely been shaped by its people. South Africans work hard and play hard. The social fabric in South Africa has been considerably strengthened by weaving the diverse cultures into a united tapestry. Success on the sports field and the vast cultural wealth are the byproducts of a new, united South Africa. The economy, too, has undergone a sea of change. Inflation has been kept in check. The growth GDP is gaining momentum. The tax system has been honed into a slick revenue collection unit, allowing cuts in personal taxes, electrification, and the provision of basic services to all South Africans is well underway. Economic progress has caught international attention. The G8 nations are increasingly looking to South Africa as the powerhouse economy in Africa. Already, South Africa has been a prime mover in the establishment of the NEPAD growth program, aimed at attracting critical international investment support for African business initiatives. But above all, South Africans, renowned for their innovation, are working hard at building world-class commercial and industrial infrastructure. This ranges from the ability to turn bushveld into a metropolis, marshland into a shoppertainment hub, or transform underutilized docklands into a multi-billion international tourist magnet. Foreign property buyers, especially from the UK and Germany, have been snapping up bushveld and seafront properties at a rate of knots. Estate agents have reported strong sales surges during peak tourist season, when visitors often buy property on whim after being overwhelmed by the country's natural beauty. Indeed, it is also South Africa's sophisticated primary infrastructure that has attracted the attentions of foreigners. Electricity utility, Eskom, rated as one of the most efficient operators in the world, not only provides reliable power to the country's thriving industries, but is capable of electrifying the whole of Africa. Eskom has been rated as the cheapest electricity provider in the world. South Africa has its own nuclear power reactor, and the introduction of advanced pebble bed reactors are also being investigated. South Africa has a superb road and rail network, ensuring that the remotest mining concessions and outlying agricultural communities are accessible. The country operates some of the busiest ports in the world, like Durban, Cape Town, and Port Elizabeth. South Africa has traditionally been a commodities powerhouse, and its reputation in this regard has been reinforced in the last few years. The gold mining industry, home of the deepest and most sophisticated mines in the world, has seen a revival, with ongoing consolidation of the industry worldwide. Companies like Anglo Gold, a division of the sprawling Anglo-American Empire, Gold Fields and Harmony rank amongst the top mining companies in the world, not only in terms of production, but also profitability. Other commodities have also come to the fore. The South African Platinum Group metal industry, spearheaded by Anglo Plat and Impala Platinum, is acknowledged as a world leader in producing the bulk of the world supply of this precious metal, which has widespread industrial application, most notably in catalytic converters, used to ensure car exhaust systems are environmentally compliant. The large diversified mining houses like Anglo American and BHP Billiton which have broadened their interests globally and are now listed on the London Stock Exchange, both have their roots in South African mining. Diamond Group De Beers, which dominates world trade in gems, still has its headquarters in the mining town of Kimberley. De Beers' successes inspired a host of other diamond miners, including the Trans-Hex Group, which stones fetch premium prices on world markets, and a burgeoning marine diamond mining industry on the Namaqualand coast. The country has also made huge strides in the energy industry, with flagship oil company Engen acquired by the Malaysian energy giant Petronas about 5 years ago. Engen's exploration offshoot, Energy Africa, has made great strides in uncovering new oil and gas deposits throughout Africa, and is increasingly recognized as one of the most astute energy exploration companies on the continent. Chemicals Group Sasol is another example of South African ingenuity, with its highly regarded fuel from coal production facilities, able to satisfy a large portion of the country's fuel needs. Sasol has also branched out globally with the acquisition of major German chemical group Condia. South African paper and pulp group Sappi has also made great strides in recent years, moving from largely a position of domestic dominance in the 1980s to effectively ensconcing itself as one of the most important paper groups in the world. Global interest in Sappi has seen its shares listed on a number of international stock markets. Agricultural and food businesses have also come into bloom in the new South Africa, with increased exports of top-quality deciduous, tropical and citrus fruit. While fishing companies are now major exporters of hake, lobster and squid to all the major markets in the world. Flora exports have also increased markedly in the last 3 years. But South Africa's mining acumen and natural assets often overshadows the country's other remarkable achievements in industry and commerce. In fact, some South African companies own some of the world's most recognized brands. The Rupert family's public investment vehicles, Rembrandt and Richemont, which own some of the most recognizable cigarette brands in the world, like Dunhill and Peter Stuyvesant, clinched a merger with British American Tobacco, VAT, to form the second largest tobacco company in the world. Richemont, which still has strong South African ownership ties, despite being headquartered in Switzerland, owns some of the world's most prestigious luxury brands, ranging from Cartier, Alfred Dunhill, Montblanc, Piaget, Van Cleef & Arpels, Vacheron Constantin, Baum and Mercier, and Lancel. Liberty International, controlled by Donnie Gordon, one of South Africa's best-known entrepreneurs in building the Liberty Life Assurance brand, is a property company that owns some of the UK's most successful shopping malls under the brand Capital Shopping Centres. Financial services giant Old Mutual, which is also listed on the London Stock Exchange, has extended its South African insurance and asset management brand into the UK and America, and more recently ventured into the Indian market. Engineering and construction group Murray & Roberts has built a solid offshore business. The Royal Mirage and Bujral Arab in Dubai being two examples of the group's engineering prowess. Other South African construction-related companies like Aveng, Bell Equipment and E.L. Bateman have also made important inroads into international markets. South Africa's motor industry, situated mainly in the Eastern Cape and Gauteng provinces, have also revved up its global presence. Vehicle manufacturers like Ford, BMW and Volkswagen use plants in South Africa as a cost-effective and reliable manufacturing base for exporting engines, key components and indeed fully assembled cars to markets around the world. South Africa has also not been left behind in the high-tech stakes. The country has a highly charged electronics and information technology sector, which spans personal computer manufacturing and software development to e-commerce and microchip manufacturing. Dimension Data is South Africa's flagship information technology company, with operations throughout the US, Europe, the UK and Far East. Dimension Data is listed on the London Stock Exchange, where it ranks as one of the top 10 biggest information technology counters, once forming part of the illustrious FTSE 100 index. South African innovation has not gone unnoticed in world markets. Entrepreneur Mark Shuttleworth sold his homegrown e-commerce encryption business Thought to US-based VeriSign in a multi-billion-dollar deal. Shuttleworth now represents the pioneering South African spirit. The growth in South African industry has seen the formation of a highly advanced financial services system. The South African banking industry, dominated by Standard Bank, First Rand, Nedcor and ABSA, offers a comprehensive array of services ranging from retail, private and merchant banking. South African banks have also advanced into the rest of Africa and even into specialized niches in developed markets in Europe. The influx of foreign merchant and investment banks like JP Morgan, HSBC and Citibank testify to the opportunities for funding deals and growth opportunities in the vibrant South African economy. The financial services industry also encompasses a mature life assurance market, with a majority of the nation's retirement savings managed by established players like Old Mutual, Sanlam, Liberty Life, Capital Alliance, African Life and Metropolitan Life. The South African financial services and investment sector is rigorously regulated by such bodies as the Financial Services Board and Securities Regulation Panel, both of which have done sterling work in protecting investors and upholding South Africa's reputation as an upstanding investment destination. All in all, South Africa presents an investment destination as exciting as its wildlife and natural beauty. But when it comes to traversing this exciting investment landscape, with its seemingly endless blue sky, the best decision one can take is to rely on the local knowledge of an experienced guide. When it comes to an investment safari in South Africa, there are few players who can match Oasis Asset Management in following the spoor of the most exciting opportunities without exposing clients to unnecessary risk.
Hello, my name is Adam Ibrahim, the Managing Director of the Oasis Group. This video will focus on the 5 P's spelling Oasis: our tried and tested investment philosophy, our focused and dynamic people, our rigorous processes, our broad product range, and importantly, the excellent investment performance. Now, if we can match the beauty of Cape Town with our investment performance, we'd have done an exceptionally good job.
Good day. I am Trevor Manuel, the Minister of Finance in South Africa. I'd like to take this opportunity to express our appreciation for your interest in matters in South Africa. Over the past 8 years, we've built a democracy that continually will improve on the quality of life of its people. In order to do this, we need to concentrate on issues of economic growth and development, ensure that we can challenge the enormous underdevelopment of so large a part of our country. We've, of course, been affected by events over the past 8 years. We're a small open economy. We are exposed in many respects to the challenges that developing countries all over are afflicted by. We lived through the contagion effects of the Asian crisis in 1998. We've tasted part of contagion from Argentina last year. But essentially we've been able to build a solid base of information that has seen investors distinguish the opportunities in South Africa from that in almost any other developing country. We've not yet built the big highs of GDP growth, but we have a far more stable base to our economy, and that's what's important. We have tackled the tiger of inflation. We've changed the balance of payments so that the situation now is entirely moderate. We continue to respond to challenges in economic management. We have a strong and independent central bank. We have good reports from the IMF and World Bank on the state of health of our financial sector generally.